So it's another international trophy for Argentina as it has beaten Colombia 1-0 in the Copa America 2024 final. And with this win, Argentina matches Spain's record of what they did from the 2008 to 2012, that time period where Spain won the Euro and then the World Cup and again another Euro. Argentina has achieved a similar feat where they have won the Copa America 2021, then went on to win the 2022 World Cup, and now they have won the 2024 Copa America title. So, Rajdeep, you watched the match
Right.
with me.
Yeah.
What are your main takeaways from the final? What are your thoughts on the final as to how it turned out, the start, the middle, and the end?
Right. So, in the beginning, I would say Colombia was by far the better team, at least in the first 20 or 30 minutes. They were creating the better chances. And I think in the first 10 15 minutes, Argentina was barely inside Colombia's half. And till halftime, it was mostly Colombia's game. But after, in the second half as well, I think Argentina slowly clawed back into the game and created some chances, but I think the defenses of both teams stood their ground, and that's why it went to extra time, and then Lautaro Martinez scored probably one of his most important goals of his career to give Argentina a record-breaking 16 title uh, in the competition. A fun fact: this win for Argentina also broke Colombia's 28 match unbeaten streak. And interestingly, the last time Colombia lost a match was against Argentina before the streak, and in that match too, it was Lautaro Martinez who scored the goal. And funny how things work out. And yeah, that was my thoughts. What did you think about Colombia's gameplay as well?
I think when the match started, as anticipated, Colombia has been the best pressing team in the tournament. And as usual, the Argentina players were not given any time, even inside their own half. It was not as if the Colombia players were only pressing when the Argentina was taking the ball to their final third. So it was relentless pressing by Nestor Lorenzo's men. But again, Argentina, we have seen that throughout the tournament, and which was again reflected in the final. They have probably not played their best football, something their most dominating football, something we saw in the 2021 edition. But their defense has stood strong, and especially that centre back duo between Lisandro Martinez and Christian Romero. And special mention goes out to Lisandro Martinez for that match saving block that he made after Uribe got the chance.
Right.
Yeah, that was a very important block. So overall, I think Argentina's defense, it was so in the first 30 to 35 minutes, it was mainly Argentina's defense versus Colombia's attack. And I think after that period, Argentina started to settle in and create chances of their own. But again, mm, due credit to Colombia's defense as well. They also stood strong and blocked quite a many chances that Argentina created.
Especially after one of their best players of the tournament, I would say Daniel Munoz, who got a red card in the semi-final against Uruguay. He was also a big miss, but I think the players did well to cover up his absence and do pretty good.
Exactly. Another, I think a very important factor that we need to talk about, especially regarding Argentina's defending, has to be how they nullified the threat posed by James Rodriguez.
Right.
Because James Rodriguez ahead of the match, he had 6 assists and a goal, but mainly it has been about his assist and pinpoint deliveries, especially from dead ball situations.
Yeah.
And the set pieces, Colombia has been threatening from set pieces, but every time, even if it was a direct free kick or an indirect free kick, all the deliveries were aptly dealt with by the Argentina defense, and that I think is the Argentina's biggest success, is defending as a unit and completely nullifying James Rodriguez, which was a big talking point ahead of the match.
Yeah.
So now that the final is done, coming to the tournament as a whole, it has been a great tournament and a lot of talking points. So Rajdeep, Colombia played the final with Argentina and Argentina won.
Right.
But apart from the finalists, which teams have impressed you and what are your main takeaways from this tournament?
Okay, I'll speak about two teams, three actually. One which has impressed me the most out of obviously the finalists, I would say Canada, because they came in as nobody would have put them up as a semi-finalist, let alone maybe going out of the group stage. Many might have thought that their neighbors and hosts of the tournament, USA, might have done much better, but obviously they crashed out after a loss to Panama and a loss to Uruguay as well in the group stage, USA. And Canada with Jesse Marsch at the helm, who's just hired just before the Copa
Yeah.
America, has done brilliantly. Obviously, the team has a lot of holes to fill and a lot of things to figure out, but as a first major tournament for Jesse Marsch, I think he's done brilliantly. Another team I would like to talk about is Brazil. Brazil, obviously, Neymar was not there because of injury. That probably was a big loss for them. But despite his absence, they couldn't really get their engine going, and they obviously crashed out after the quarterfinals, if I'm not wrong. Uh, and another team I would like to talk about is Uruguay. Uruguay would really be sort of ruining their missed chances, I would say, because they too were sitting with the 15th title on their hands, equal with Argentina, and they would have had a chance to get that 16th title if they would have made it to the final. But despite that, they have also done pretty well. They clinched third place after beating Canada in the match. And another talking point, I would say, are retirements from the tournament is Angel Di Maria, who played his final match today for Argentina, as well as Luis Suarez, who bows out as Uruguay's highest ever top scorer in men's football. Yeah, what are your talking points? What do you think about Messi, though, talking about
Yeah.
retirements?
So obviously, two legends of the game retiring from after this. Now Messi, it's dicey because there's no confirmed news. Logic says that after winning three titles on the back to back with the national team, for a player who was always criticized for not winning anything in national colors, after winning three back to back titles, this is the perfect time to bow out on a high. But then with the next World Cup being in the States and
Yeah.
Messi playing his football in the United States,
Yeah.
now we all know that football is just not what happens on the pitch. There are talks about branding issues, and there's so many factors to consider. And if I know it's a long shot, 2026 World Cup, there's still some time to go, but I won't be surprised if Messi is pushed to play till the 2026 World Cup, considering that the next World Cup is there. Messi, USA, Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah.
And Messi, if he's there in the World Cup, obviously, if you talk about the hype and image
Yeah.
and branding wise, that's another thing to factor in. If you're talking about just this tournament, of course, impact wise, it was nowhere close to 2021, where Messi, I
Right.
mean, he was absolutely trailblazing in every match, and he had 5 assists, and whose record James broke actually
Yeah.
in this edition. But in this tournament, it was more of the team. Working around Messi and actually cushioning Messi and
Yeah.
playing a role. Obviously, it was not a good sight to see him go out today with tears in his eyes, because again, a speculating point would be were those tears because he was retiring and he didn't want to leave uh, like that with an injury,
Yeah.
or whether he wanted to play in the final and not leave with an injury. So again, that's another thing to be spoken about. But for now, I think we can only speculate about Messi and his future in national colors. Uh, so it is yet to be seen. But let's see. So that was all from our side for the Copa America 2024 coverage. Do keep following our website and all our social media handles for the latest updates. Thank you.
Thank you.